Howdy everybody, BygPhattyPlus here with a different kind of video today. See, as many gamers may know, there's a situation going on between the gaming media and gaming consumers called Gamergate. I have been trying to collect my thoughts on the whole thing and try to put it into a layman's terms perspective, being that a lot of the people that are involved on both sides are throwing around big words that I have to use Wikipedia to understand. So I was going to try to explain it mainly not just to myself, but to those who are unsure of what's going on, and put it in a way that anyone can understand, namely me. But that's going to be for another thing, because something happened today. While I was at work, I was on break, and I happened to find out something that kind of ticked me off. See, one of the people involved in the anti-Gamergate side, well, not so much involved as in they just kind of stuck their nose in, or as the better term would put it, they slithered their way in, is a person by the name of Anita Sarkeesian. Now, many people know her as, the person who did the Tropes vs. Women in Video Game series, or rather is still doing it. She hasn't finished it yet. She's the one who has had some big debate over not only how she's taken some things out of context, but how, even in her first video, she's somehow managed to steal footage from not just places like IGN and whatnot, but also from other YouTubers, albeit Let's Players, and used it as her own without crediting anybody. But many of you know she's. At first, my thought was, okay, she firmly believes that men are evil. She is a misandrist, which let's see here, the Wikipedia definition of misandry is it's basically the hatred or dislike of men or boys. At first, everybody thinks, okay, she just hates men. She hates men. And she's running around saying, oh, that anything that she doesn't like is misogynistic and is bad. You know, she takes things out of context. One of her most recent videos was talking about the latest Hitman game, where, oh, you have to come into this room where these strippers are and kill them and manipulate their bodies and do things to them, when in actuality that part of that mission is, if you go into that room, you end up getting discovered and you have to kill them, when the objective is to actually go and find someone else in the building and kill them and not let anybody see you, including the strippers. At least 25 or 26 Let's Plays on YouTube, or walkthroughs on YouTube, of the game show you walking right by them and ignore them, or at the least standing hidden so you can listen to their funny dialogue. But not one of the 25 or 26 walkthroughs has you actually going after them. I mean, you can, but if you're doing that, you're tending to just go in and kill everyone in the whole place. I've done that in the first Hitman, just shot everyone. Just get angry, you know. But 9 times out of 10, if you don't want to be caught, you don't want to do that. Because usually, from what I've heard, I never played this particular Hitman game, but I've been told that yeah, when you do that, the guard comes in and raises a bit of an alarm, and then you have to kill him, and then the shit hits the fan. So you don't want to get caught. But she kind of took that part completely out of context and basically made it look misogynistic, when in reality it's not. But yes, she said something on Twitter today. Or was it last night? I'm not sure. But I found out about it today. That kind of ticked me off. See, many of you know there was another shooting, another school shooting today in Maryville. Let me get yeah, Marysville. Yeah, I had to Google that really quick. The Pilchuck High School, where a shooter walked in and shot several people, 2 of whom are dead. Now, motives are just now trickling in. Information's still now just trickling in. As far as anyone is aware of the shooter, he was the homecoming king or prince or whatever. He was crowned homecoming king, and he was one of these good-looking, all-American, well-rounded kids, and that apparently there was a fight, at football practice or whatever, and for some reason he just walked in and started shooting people. Well, oh boy, they shit hit the fan when well, 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I was wrong. That was last night that she started. She started tweeting about the shooting, and her first line was watching the news about school shooting today in Seattle, and honestly, I'm sort of shaking with fear and with rage. I'm like, which is a normal response for anyone who hears about a school shooting. But then she quickly, very, very quickly, turned it around to bring attention onto her. Instead of saying my heart or my thoughts go out to the victims of this particular shooting, she instead says on her Twitter feed, "We need to seriously address connections between violence, sexism, and toxic ideas of manhood before boys and men commit more mass shootings." So without even a bat in an eye, she has turned a horrible tragedy into another shot for her way of thinking, and another shot against men, which right there proves she's a misandrist. She hates men. But then she goes on to plug a book by I guess a friend or follower of hers, and gives the Amazon link for this book, which means, okay, you're going to use this tragedy as a way to help someone make money. And then she says, "Not a coincidence, it's always men and boys committing mass shootings. The pattern is connected to ideas of toxic masculinity in our culture." Without even sending out a empathetic tweet or word for the victims of this horrible, senseless act, you have instead fired off rounds of hatred toward men and ideas that, oh, it's always men, it's always men. Even though our history has had female school shootings, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I unfortunately have been unable to find it, as for some reason the Wikipedia article related to female school shootings has been deleted for some reason. This is where it gets annoying. This is where it gets annoying for me. You're going to use a senseless, horrible act to, instead of, trying to come together to find some way to help people. Because obviously this kid was disturbed. He needed help. In the same way Dylan and Klebold, I think that's the names of the Columbine shooters, in the way they needed some help, they needed some guidance, the way every other person that goes in and shoots up a school needs help and guidance. This person, he obviously needed some help. He needed someone to say, hey, it's alright. He needed someone to come and pat on back, go, hey man, things are going to get better. Yeah, you had a senseless argument at practice. It'll blow over. You'll be fine. Go apologize, hug it out, whatever, you'll be fine. That didn't happen, and this particular child saw fit to shoot people. Now, as we all are aware, Westboro Baptist Church is going to more or less make a mockery of this incident as well, saying, oh, Jesus and God sent this child to kill these kids, which we all know Westboro is only doing it for attention. They all are doing it for attention. They don't give a damn about their message. They just like, hey, people are looking at me. Hey, I say bad shit. Hey, look at me. They're looking at me. Yay, I'm getting attention. In this way, Anita Sarkeesian is the same way. All she wants is attention. The more people that have attention on her, the more happy she becomes, because, hey, people are looking at me. I said things. They're angry, but they're looking at me. Yay, yay! I'm bewildered at the idea that someone would want attention so bad that they would say something that would not even be nice. That instead of, saying my heart and thoughts go out to those who've died, or I've said prayers to those who have died and are in pain. No, it's misandry, misogyny. What? You're saying, oh, you're blaming all men for this? Couldn't the kid just have, like, rough issues? But no. You used a senseless, horrible act to further your own agenda. And that agenda is you wanting attention. Now, I've talked to friends about this and coworkers. But from now on, I'm going to treat Anita Sarkeesian the same way I treat Westboro Baptist Church. Ignore them. Completely ignore them. Do not give them attention. Do not give them the time of day. Ignore them. There was a miniseries way back. It was a NBC miniseries called Merlin. Real good show. Real good show. And I'm going to spoil something, I hope. I'm sorry. But it goes in line with what I'm saying. There was a part in the end where old Meb, the villain, let me check that really quick. I'm pretty sure it's. I want to be sure about this. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. It wasn't Old Meb. It was Morgan Le Fay. I can't believe I got those two names wrong. But anyway, she was the villain of that show, and she was being confronted by Merlin and everyone in the kingdom. And the thing is, Morgan, the thing she needed most was for people to believe in her, to acknowledge her. That is how she survived. And Merlin had the perfect idea to get rid of her, without even having to use magic. Ignore her. Pretend she doesn't exist. You pay her no mind, and she will cease to be. With no one to believe in her, the belief is gone. And she goes, poof. That's what I suggest we do with Westboro Baptist Church, and with, more importantly, Anita Sarkeesian. Anita Sarkeesian. Now, I'm not saying, if we all stop talking to her, stop talking about her, ignore her, she'll poof, cease to be. But if we stop talking about her, stop mentioning her, stop bringing her up, except in passing, because unfortunately there's sometimes when you're referring to something else comes up. But if we stop, tweeting to her, stop making things about her and everything, stop giving her attention, stop giving her the time of day, she'll stop. She'll realize no one gives a shit anymore. No one cares. If she says something stupid again, ignore it. Don't say anything. Don't tweet at her, oh God, why are you so stupid? Don't say anything. Don't tweet at her anything. Just let it go. Walk on by. And after a while, she too will pass into the wind. You've noticed that as people stop talking about Westboro Baptist Church, They too have passed to the wind, and you don't hear them much anymore. They sometimes rear their ugly heads, but more often than not, they're quiet. Won't be long before they too go by, and because no one will care. So just when it comes to Miss Sarkeesian, ignore her. Don't bring her up, except in passing if you have to. Don't tweet her. Don't do anything. Because she's no longer worth the breath. She's proven that she doesn't care about her message. She doesn't care about anything except attention. Once she has the attention, sorry, I had to stop there. Once she no longer has attention, that'll be it. And that's the best thing I could say. That's it.